Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading from the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, as it is, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And we are reading from the 15th chapter. It's called the Yoga of the Supreme Person, Purushottam Yoga. And maybe you could move a little bit here. Makes it way easier for me to speak to the audience, like more to the center of the room. It's enough space. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much for your kind cooperation. And I will read text 19. Yo mam evam samudho janati purushottamam sasarvavid bhajati mam sarva bhavena bharata. Translation. Whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, without doubting, is the knower of everything. He therefore engages himself in full devotional service to me, O son of Bharat. Purport. There are many philosophical speculations about the constitutional position of the living entities and the Supreme Absolute Truth. Now, in this verse, the Supreme Personality of Godhead clearly explains that anyone who knows Lord Krishna to be the Supreme Person is actually the knower of everything. The imperfect knower goes on simply speculating about the Absolute Truth, but the perfect knower, without wasting his valuable time, engages directly in Krishna consciousness, the devotional service of the Supreme Lord. Throughout the whole of Bhagavad Gita, this fact is being stressed at every step. And still, there are so many stubborn commentators on Bhagavad Gita who consider the Supreme Absolute Truth and the living entities to be one and the same. Vedic knowledge is called Shruti, learning by oral reception. One should actually receive the Vedic message from authorities. Kannst du das klären, dass das hier ruhig wird? Geh in die Küche am besten, sagen, die sollen die Tür zumachen und zuhalten. Danke. Okay, please close the door, Prabhu. And keep it closed, please. Okay. It's not like in Naimisharanya. It's still Munich, even though we're in Giesing. Throughout the whole of Bhagavad Gita, this fact is being stressed at every step, and still there are so many stubborn commentators on Bhagavad Gita who consider the Supreme Absolute Truth and the living entities to be one and the same. Vedic knowledge is called Shruti, learning by oral reception. One should actually receive the Vedic message from authorities like Krishna and his representatives. Here, Krishna distinguishes everything very nicely, and one should hear from this source. Simply to hear like the hawks is not sufficient. One must be able to understand from the authorities. It is not that one should simply speculate academically. One should submissively hear from Bhagavad Gita that these living entities are always subordinate to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Anyone who is able to understand this according to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, knows the purpose of the Vedas. No one else knows the purpose of the Vedas. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshramilitamina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So this chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the 15th chapter, Purushottama Yoga. And it starts with an explanation of the material world in comparison, or it's compared to a banyan tree in which we are entangled. We should understand that we are not the body, but spiritual souls, and as spiritual souls we are right now in forgetfulness of our real position. And you can turn this also more silent, that we don't have it so loud here. You know how this works then there? No.
Yes.
Yeah, so because this is too loud for this room. Okay. So, anyway, so Bhagavad Gita starts with all this, but to the end, I don't want to go through the whole 15th chapter, but at the end we have here an explanation by Krishna, where he describes, it starts in the 17th verse and the 16th, where he says there are two kinds of living entities, two kinds of souls. One are called fallen or fallible, and the others are called infallible, not fallen. And this means that some souls, individual entities, are in the material world, in forgetfulness of their real identity, in a material body, in all kinds of bodies, plants, animals, insects, and humans, demigods. But these are souls who have fallen from the entire material reality, from the spiritual world. And then there are souls, living entities, they are not fallen, they are still in this eternal realm. So this is actually a very relevant point, because it's also said, Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. There are unlimited conscious entities. And of all these, there's one supreme. There's a famous philosophy in India, mainly promoted by so-called Advaitas, Shankarites, who promote there's only one being. There's only one entity, one being, the Brahman. Right? The Brahman is only one. It's just one, nothing but this. And the Bhagavad Gita, and here Krishna clearly negates that. Because he says there are many living entities, individuals. And if you would say, yes, this is true, in the material world there are many different entities, because the one, the Brahman, divided itself into many different ones, but in the Brahman realm there's just one entity. But Krishna says here actually something different. He says, in the material world there are many different souls, but also in the spiritual world beyond there are also many. There's not just one. Right? So Bhagavad Gita here clearly Krishna speaks, it says here in this verse, Dvav imau purushau loke. Dva means two kinds of entities. And then he explains this. And also in the Bhagavad Gita it said that the soul, the Brahman energy, cannot be divided. It cannot be cut. If it would be true, there's only one entity, one Brahman in the spirit world, and now it's divided, this would also contradict Bhagavad Gita, which says no, the soul cannot be divided. Meaning we are already what we are already divided, we are separated, and instead eternal separated living entities. This is Vaishnava philosophy. Right? So Bhagavad Gita is clearly promoting a Vaishnava point of view. So this is the first. Krishna says there are two kinds of living entities, the fallen and the not fallen. And then in the next shloka he says, besides these two, there's the greatest living personality, the Supreme Soul, the imperishable Lord Himself, who has entered the three worlds and is maintaining them. So Krishna speaks, there are many living entities, souls, jivas, right? Jivas. Mamai vangsa jiva loke, jiva puta sanatana, manashashteni indriyani, prakritistani karshati. Bhagavad Gita 15:7, where Krishna says, all the souls of mama angsa, no? Mamai vangsa, mama angsa, my parts. And as such, they're qualitatively one with me, but not in quantity. Because Krishna, the Supreme Lord, Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, the Parang Brahman, is always beyond material energy, and he's always controlling material energy. Whereas we, as the Jiva, controlled by the material energy. This is one of the major differences between us and Krishna. He is always in charge of material energy, and we are controlled by material energy. So, and in this verse now he speaks, but there's another living entity, besides all these souls, Jivas, the greatest, the source of all of them. And interesting, he speaks here on this Supreme, and he calls him also a Purusha. He calls him a Purusha, but he speaks in a third person. Because who is the Supreme Purusha? It's Krishna. But he speaks, and there is a Supreme Purusha. He doesn't say, I am the Supreme Purusha in this verse. So it's interesting, he speaks on this, and he enters in the material world, and he creates everything as if it would not be him. Because he speaks here on the Vishnu expansions, which are actually him, but in one sense also not. Achintya Bhed Abheda Tattva. So he speaks, and there's the Supreme Entity, the Paramatma. Actually calls him then the Paramatma, the Super Soul, which is also a very important concept in the Vedic and Upanishadic context, because this is also what the Shankarites promote. There's only one Atma. But Bhagavad Gita very clearly speaks of two Atma and Paramatma. And many Upanishads also, they give this example of the tree and the birds, right? Dvav Purush, what is this? Dvav Sayuchas, I forgot the verse, but the tree, and in which there are two birds, and one is enjoying the fruits, and one is just watching how he enjoys. And this example of the body is like a tree, and the two birds, one is the super soul, and one is the soul, the Atma. One is us, and one is Krishna. So also, again, contradicting Advaita philosophy. So, but why does Krishna speak here in third person? Because he wants to make the point, there is a supreme entity which controls everything. But in the next verse then he says, and this is me. And he says then, Yasmat Ksharamati Ham Aham, right? He speaks about him, because I am transcendental, beyond both the fallible and the infallible. So the Paramatma was speaking in the verse 17, now he says, actually, this is me, and you should know this. And when you know this, this is in the last verse of this chapter, he says, this is Guyatamam. Iti Guyatamam Shastram. This is the greatest secret of all Shastra. That Krishna is the Supreme Lord, who is very easily approachable. Because the Brahman, which is also existing, the energy is also existing. We can go there, actually. But it's very difficult to approach. Krishna says in the 12th chapter, he's directly asked by Arjuna, what shall I do? Shall I worship you, Krishna, my Lord, or shall I worship the impersonal? And Krishna says, better to worship me, but if you worship the impersonal, you will in the end also attain me, but it's very difficult. So Krishna is easy to approach. But how? Not by money. You cannot bribe Krishna. Oh, Krishna, I would like to have some realization, some Vigyan, some Bhakti. I write you a check. Of course, yeah, you can put money inside. This is good and all that. Yeah. But in the end, it's not the thing. It's your attitude. It's your giving it up. Right? And that's the reason why we should give big donations, actually. It's not about the money. Of course, the temple needs, but it's actually about our surrender. Because we work very hard for money. And if you keep it, meaning you are attached to the fruits of your work, because Bhagavad Gita on and on says we should not be attached to the fruit of our work. So if you work, what is the fruit? It's money. So if you work and you get money and give a nice donation to the temple, you learn to be detached. Because you learn, I really work for Krishna. Sitting in the office, doing this and that, making all the conferences, whatever. Actually, I'm doing it for Krishna. You can learn this. So with money or karma, we will not buy Krishna. Also not with Gyan, you can learn so many shlokas and it's all good and nice. But it's not what Krishna is not impressed. The only thing Krishna is impressed is with bhakti. This is what he really wants, bhakti. He wants our love and devotion. Bhakti mama vichanati yavanyas chashmit tattvata. Tato mam tattvato kyata. Vishate tatanantaram. 1855 Bhagavad Gita. He says, only Bhakti Mama Vichanati. It's the only thing how you can know me in truth. So if you want to know Krishna in truth, you should practice bhakti. And what is bhakti? Bhakti is what is it, right? How does it work? So for this, we have very nice shastra which explain in detail how bhakti works. How is it to be practiced? Yeah? And how it unfolds. Because bhakti is not bhakti. There are different shades and levels of bhakti. You have the beginning bhakti, where we do it out of duty, out of, oh, it's written here, I have to do. If we are pious, we read here in the Shastra, and then we are obliged, and we have to do. It's bhakti, but it's not pure. And then you have the pure and the highest bhakti, which really act out of love, like the great saints, like Tukaram, and Mirabai, and Rupa Goswami, and all them. Right? They have pure bhakti, completely realized. And they're in great ecstasy. Why are we not in great ecstasy? Because we have no bhakti, not enough bhakti. So and how, of course there's much to say, but how does bhakti develop? Because bhakti is also explained or compared to a plant. It's called the bhakti lata. Bhakti lata, it's a creeper which grows. So in the beginning we get a seed of bhakti in our heart by the instruction of the spiritual master. And some of us might not have always been devotees or trying to be devotees. And at some point you get Gyan, you get Vigyan, Gyan knowledge, you get actually Diksha. And Diksha means Divya Gyan, spiritual knowledge. And it's not actually the ceremony. We always say Diksha is a ceremony or thing. No, Diksha is actually the transmission and acceptance of knowledge, divine knowledge. And if we really accept this and want to make it public, then we sit at the kunda and do some yagya will be done and we get initiated. This is actually a confirmation of the transmission and acceptance of Divya Gyan. Yeah? The yagya is not the Diksha, it's the knowledge. And then it's a confirmation that we got it. So, and when we get the knowledge, it's a seed, it's given in our heart. And then we have to water the seed that the latter grows. And one of the major parts of watering the seed, what would be your recommendation? What would you think? What is the watering process that our spiritual plant grows? What would you say? Except for people saying here, you should know this. What would some of you say? What would be the water for our...
Chanting.
Yes.
Sadhis,
Yes. Yeah. Right. True. Chanting.
listening.
Yes. But what? Listening to what?
I mean, Krishna, about Krishna.
About Krishna. Yes. Exactly. And this is a very powerful process. Just hearing about Krishna, His name, His form, His qualities, and His pastimes. This is water, because Krishna is so wonderful, and hearing about Him, we will get attached to Him. Because who would not like to be around such a great person? We have to understand this deeply, that Krishna is an absolute spiritual person. And we hear more about Him and we become more attached to Him. And it works with everything, isn't it? Vishaya Dhyayata, what is it? What's the verse? Vishaya Dhyayata Pungsa Sangaste Shupachayate Sanchat Kama Vichayate, Kama Krodo Vichayate. I messed it up. Anyway, but it said in Bhagavad Gita that when you hear or meditate or think or perceive something, you get attached. And when you get attached, Sangha, then you want to enjoy Kama. And when you enjoy it, then comes Krodha in material things. But with spiritual is similar, but the outcome is positive. That means when you hear a lot about Krishna, we get also attached. And what? The name. This is a chanting. Krishna's form, we should hear about His amazing form. Bluish, dark bluish in color. With lotus feet. So He has lotus feet. And He has always smiling. And big lotus eyes, curly hair and peacock feathers. And wow, He must look very beautiful. Yeah, we like beautiful people, isn't it? Everyone likes beautiful people. The news are full with beautiful people, and the cover, right? Beautiful people, and they have Schönheitswettbewerb, a beauty contest. Actually, it's very bad. I have to say, it's really, really bad how the women are treated, walking half naked there, and even in India they do this. What a shame! What a shame! In the land of Dharma and the land of where women should be taught Dharma, they do this.
They're influencing to Western.
Huh? Yes! How stupid! That's amazing! How stupid, right? The beauty contest, but it's so... But anyway, why are they obsessed, of course, with beauty? But you shouldn't show beauty like this. But anyway, if there's a beautiful person, we look. But Krishna is most beautiful person. How must He look if you could see Krishna? If we could see Krishna just 1 second, real Krishna appearing, for 1 second He shows Himself. I think it's enough for life. Such an impression. It was, how must He look like? He said, He's unlimited beautiful. It said, Aishvaryasya samagrasya viryasya yashasa shriyaha jnana vairagya yaschaiva shanam bhaga idingana. He has 6 qualities, Krishna has, major qualities, 6. And He has it unlimited. And one is Shri, beauty. And another one, He is unlimited in riches and richness. Because it's very attractive. Some of you might know a couple of rich people in your company and someone who works there and gets maybe 30,000 euros a month or something, the CEO of the company, and everyone said, wow, he is, this attractive, that's cool. He is cool, he has all these riches, the good Armani suit and tie, and he comes with the Mercedes, a chauffeur, whatever, in India, the Birla or the Patel or someone. Wow, and the newspaper full, very attractive, because we want to enjoy. Krishna is unlimited rich. What is for Krishna some $1 billion or something, right? He owns, when he was here on the planet 5,000, it's also amazing, Krishna was here 5,000 years ago. The Supreme Lord, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchitananda Vigraha, was here on this planet 5,000 years ago. And he lived in Dwarka, Gujarat. Krishna is a Gujarati. No, he's not. Someone from here, Gujarat? No? No, nobody from Gujarat. But anyway, he was living there and he had a Dwarka city. Dwarka, the city of gates. The city of gates with 16,108 palaces. And every palace has marble and doors and gold and servants and kitchen, this and bed and everything. Even one seat is more valuable than like a skyscraper building out of gold and everything. And Krishna was living there. But how can Krishna live in 16,000 palaces? Every day another palace? No. He was expanding himself. Krishna can do this. Amazing. In 16,100 Krishnas. Because he had 16,108 wives. And this is no problem. Nowadays in the West they would say, how can you do this? Women's liberation. How can 16,000 wives? But no problem. Krishna can expand and be with every wife together. And give all time. And so he was living. And even Narada Muni was very much amazed because Narada Muni is a very powerful sage. Everyone knows Narada Muni, right? Very powerful sage. He knows all the mystic powers. But when he came to Dwarka and saw how Krishna lives, he was amazed by Krishna's mystic power. Because a sage can maybe 8, 9 expansions. Sages can do this, 8, 9 expansions. Like Kardama Muni in the Bhagavatam. You heard the story of Kardama Muni? He had a wife, Devahuti. And Devahuti is the son of Swayambhuva Manu. And Swayambhuva Manu is the forefather of mankind many millennia ago. Is the son of Brahma. So Swayambhuva Manu is very powerful, and his wife, daughter Devahuti, very powerful. And Swayambhuva Manu gave Devahuti to a great sage. This was in ancient time. The father gives the girl to a great person. And the girl is no problem. I want to have my own husband. You don't tell me whom I marry or something. Girls were very chaste and nice, and they knew my father will take care. This is not some Muslim thing or something. and she became the wife of Kardama Muni, who was a very powerful sage. So she was very happy. And she was serving the sage all the time. Very menial service. She was a princess. But she was serving so much, her body was thin and she was not kept so nicely. So at one point he saw that she had some desire also for children and everything. And he said, okay, then now we stop all the yagyas and now we go into the family life. And he, with his mystic power, it said, he created a castle in the air and flying mansion like this. And then he sent her in a lake, and there were many servants, and they made her very beautiful, and they were flying in this castle, and this was their honeymoon. And they were flying through the whole universe, so she was very happy. And then at one point he expanded himself in 9 Kardama Munis to be together with her. So, but Krishna can do this 16,108 times. So amazing. And he does it very often, when you read. Yeah, in the Ras Leela he does it. When he was fighting the bulls of Nagnachit to get his princess, there were some 10 bulls or something. He expanded to fight the bulls. Or he can show a universal form. So Krishna shows he's the Supreme Lord. And it's very wonderful. And when we are his devotees, his bhaktas, this is actually what he really wants. Krishna is not so much into Aishwarya and all this power and this and that. He does that and has that too. But what he really wants is to have a loving exchange with his friends. And all of us are his friends. The Jivas are from him, are made that he can love them. But now we are egoistic. We are friends who told Krishna, we want to make our own thing, and we're so long gone that we forgot him. So many you tell the people on the street, there's Krishna, he's waiting for you. Who? Who is Krishna? They don't know. They forgot completely. How can you forget Krishna? We can forget Krishna because Krishna has a very powerful energy. It's called Maya. Normally we cannot forget Krishna. How can you forget Krishna? It's not possible. But if you want, Krishna makes you forget him. And this is Maya. And suddenly, you don't know. Right? And then you're an illusion. Where am I? Wow, what is it? You search for identity in this world. And you take always false identities. Now I'm from India. Now I'm an Indian. Now I'm from Sri Lanka. I'm from Sri Lanka. Right? No, we're not. I'm from Austria, this and that. We're not. Maya is so strong. But Bhakti and Krishna is stronger. Krishna says, Daivi Isha Gunamayi, Mama Duiratya, Mam Eva Ye Prapadyante Mayame Tantarantite. When you surrender to me, this very difficult energy is easy to overcome. So we have to just surrender to Krishna. Sarva dharman paritya cha mahamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayashyami ma shuchaha. Krishna says ma shuchaha. Because we might think, I cannot, sarva dharman paritya cha, I cannot, I have so many duties. But Krishna says, no, do it. Ma shuchaha. I will take care of you. Krishna says this also in the 9th chapter. Ananyas chintayan tomam yecha na paryupasate tesham nityabhyuktam yogakshemam vahamiham. Right? Mataji knows the verses. Very good. Yeah? And there Krishna says, vahamiham, right? I take care of you. I give you what is missing and I preserve what you have. But ananyas chintayan tomam. Surrender completely to me and you will not lose. And anyway, it's not important what we have and what we want to have. This is not so important. Important is that we become Krishna conscious. And their life should be used to connect with Krishna. This is the main purpose of life. And if we don't do this, we are called kripana. Misers. Little heart. Egoistic. We think, this life is for me. This life with this body here, this is for me. Yeah? But a Mahatma, a great soul, thinks, no, my life, this body is for Krishna. It's for Krishna and then for others. He sacrifices his very existence for others. And then you get big result. Big result. But the Duratma doesn't understand this. There's a Mahatma and a Duratma. So we have to become Mahatmas. Mahatmanas tumang partha, Krishna says. Mahatmanas tumang partha, daiving prakritim ashritaha. He says, the Mahatmas, they are in my energy. Daivi, Maya, in my energy. I will take care, no problem. So, but we don't do this actually everything just, then we get good results and we get this and that. We do this actually for bhakti. And that's then pure. Before it's called karma mishra bhakti, meaning I do bhakti, yes, Krishnas, they are wonderful, but I want a result. Maybe to Svarga or some this and that, good wife, good marks, money. Yeah? So this we can do. Krishna says you can, but it's not pure. And so it's not the highest. And it will not bring us to Vrindavan. Right? Because to Vrindavan, to the real Goloka Vrindavan, can only go with pure bhakti. And then you can play, they can play with Krishna. So pure bhakti is really, if you want to do this, Krishna, I want to please you. I want to love you. Help me to learn to love you. That I develop prema. And in the end, we want to go to Krishna. To be together with Krishna. Either as a Gopa. Gopa. I mean, you're a cowherd boy. Because Krishna is a cowherd boy. And you can be a Gopa with Krishna. And play with Krishna. Have fun with Krishna all day long. Or as a mother or father. Vatsalya rasa. Like Mother Yashoda or like Nanda. Not to become Nanda. You cannot become Nanda Maharaj. This is called Ahangropasana. And this is very bad. It's Mayavad. I want to be Mother Yashoda. I want to be Nanda Maharaj. It's not possible because they are already there. But you can become as them. You can have such a relationship as they have. Or you can become gopi. Because the soul has a relationship, spiritual relationship with Krishna. So if we want this, yes, I want to be with Krishna in one certain ras, then we can develop this purpose of life. And then you are in a spiritual world. And Krishna says, when you come to me, you will not come back. Right? He says this. Yang prapya na nivartate tadhama paramang mama. You come to me, you will not come back. But if you go to Svarga or this and that, you always come back and you stay in Mrityu Loka. Samsara Vartmani. You stay in material world and suffer and suffer and suffer and suffer. And in between you think, no, I'm happy, it's just the absence of suffering. Right? So this is what we want, what we should want. And when we are in a Sangha of devotees, the desire will be developed. And we want to be Krishna's devotees. Okay? Thank you very much. Thanks for your kind attention. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Bhagavan Shri Krishna ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Haribol. What? You have a question. So I officially close this lecture. But if you have a question, you can ask, answer. But if someone has to go, you can go. But if someone likes to stay, you can stay. So officially, everyone can do whatever he likes. Stay or go and ask questions.
How to surrender to Krishna? Does it mean to surrender the mind or surrender? Because I don't know how I should surrender.
You don't know how to surrender. Okay, surrender means you do... Thank you very much for coming. Yes?
Thank you, bro.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the lecture.
No problem. Thank you for listening. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Ja. Na, jetzt haben wir schon Englisch gemacht, die ganze Zeit. Ihr sprecht über Englisch. Surrender means to do that what Krishna likes. To think what Krishna likes, what is pleasing to Krishna, to speak what is pleasing to Krishna, and to do what is pleasing to Krishna. And this is surrender.
It takes time.
Yeah, we have to learn this. We have to learn this to convert our mind and our speaking habits and our acting into Krishna conscious activity. And that's the reason why book distribution is so good. Because there you think completely to please Krishna. You speak very pleasing to Krishna, for Krishna, and you act. It's a very absorbing activity. Yeah? Hardly any activity is so absorbing as book distribution. And you learn this day by day by day, and with time, yeah, we kick out all the other habits. And then Krishna will be much more there. We have more experience with Krishna himself, the Supreme Lord. Shyam Sundara. He will appear. And then we will become even more eager. Like Krishna with the gopis, what he was doing. He was disappearing. But why was he doing it? He said, to make you more attached to me. Right? So Krishna shows himself a little bit and goes, and we are more eager. So we should be eager for Krishna. Very eager for Krishna. And do whatever is helping us to come to him. And that's the reason why temple life and sadhana is so important. Because it's only about Krishna. Right? Nobody will watch TV in the temple room. Huh?
There's a TV.
No, but it's not a TV set. This is just for presentations. And nobody will or read the news. Come on, go and read the newspaper in the temple. The temple room is sacred, and you here inside, here's only about Krishna. And then we should have a certain behavior in the temple room too, how we behave, right? That's Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu explains all the points, how should be the behavior in temple room in front of the deities. Like this, we should study this.
It's taking a long time.
No, it doesn't take a long time.
To surrender.
No, not really. Actually, you have to be in a good association, and it goes very fast. And then from day one, you are surrendered to Krishna. With the body at least, and then one with the speech, and one with the mind, and then also with the heart. The heart is most difficult, but will come also. It's a gradual converting process. We should take this serious. We should really understand, I will die. And this will not take long. And every day, time passes even quicker and quicker and quicker. I have no time to lose. This is why some devotees can't stay brahmacharis. Because they understand deeply, I have no time to lose. Imagine you will die in 10 minutes. Imagine you will die in 10 minutes. Think about it. 10 minutes, you have 10 minutes left. What will you do? You will chant so absorbed, and someone comes, oh Prabhu, prasadam. You say, I don't care about prasadam. Hare Krishna. Or would you care about anything? Pizza, or old girlfriend calls, or this and that. 10 minutes. Hare Krishna, super absorbed, because you know what you think in this moment. When you leave, there you will go. So this is what the brahmachari knows. I will die. And for him, this years what he has is like 10 minutes. Because he knows whatever I do now is a preparation for the end. I have no time to waste. That's why he's very determined, very strong. Even most beautiful lady comes and says, oh, I would like to marry you. I say, Mataji, I'm very sorry, I have no time. It wouldn't be good. Hare Krishna. Yeah? Because this is more important. Because we can go to Krishna after this life. After this life. But we will not go to Krishna if we don't become Krishna conscious. If we space out. If we don't take our chanting serious. And the chanting you can only take serious if you do this in the morning with devotees, 16 rounds. All this other stuff, what we try, our japa is okay, but it's not effective enough. That's why the people have to take vanaprastha after grihastha ashram. To purify from all these contaminations and distractions which are accumulated in the material life. Even grihastha, it means devotees, even they contaminated. So that's what we should know. Actually, our practice, our spiritual life is based on this understanding, right? The urgency. It's urgent. So 10 minutes left. Some call it 30 years. We call it 10 minutes. No time to waste. Yeah.
I have 3 questions.
Yes.
First question is, now we can understand. If we chant without chant in association of devotees, is better to chant before Mangala Arati or after Mangala Arati together with devotees?
Both.
Both.
But actually, the more rounds you chant together with devotees before Mangala Arati, the better. Better is we all chant many rounds before Mangala Arati together. Before Mangala Arati, this is very advanced stage.
The time before Mangala Arati, that you know the right time.
Everyone has this level, Some get up at 2:30 or 2 or 3. When you get up at 3, you can start chanting at 3:30. You can chant already 8, 9, 10 rounds before Mangala Arati. When you start 3:30 until 4:30, 1 hour. Wow. And then you chant another 6, 7, 10 rounds after with devotees, and then you read or something. But if you can chant more rounds before Mangala Arati, it's very good. Some devotees, they chant all their 16 rounds before Mangala Arati. Always before Mangala Arati. Very powerful. Okay, second question.
Second question, you talked about the two kinds of the nitya, the fallen and not fallen. So the question is, if we go back, then is the Vaikuntha and Golaka, we cannot fall.
Yeah.
So why we are then fallen?
At first, Prabhupada says you can fall again, but you will not. Of course you can, because you have a free will. You always can go back to the material, but you will not do it. And why we came, there's actually a very long discussion. I will not go into it. But one thing is, Prabhupada mentions it's not important. As far as I know, Bhaktivinoda, he said it's not important, you cannot understand it. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, I heard, said if you think too much about it and debate about it and argue for this and that, you will debate, argue for one side. You come from Vaikuntha or Krishna Loka or the Brahmajyoti or Mahavishnu, there are different versions. Yeah? Then you will fall down. We shouldn't debate about it. It's actually dangerous. But it's true that different acharyas say different things. And it seems, at least, that Prabhupada was on this side that we were with Krishna and came from Krishna Loka. Other statements you can read that it seems that no, we come not from Krishna. Even Prabhupada mentioned things like this, but to make it more easy, it seems that he was more on the side, yes, we came from Krishna, just go back there. They made it simple. But there are other acharyas who say it seems that we come from the Tatashta Shakti, because we are Tatashta. And there is a Tatashta region in the spiritual world where the Tatashta Shakti Chivas, region, yeah. And where the Tatashta Chivas come from, and then they go to the material world. So there are also statements like this, as far as I know, in Shaiva Dharma, Bhaktivinoda Thakur speaks like that. And there are some Gaudiya Math sannyasis who say we come not from Krishna, and so there are different versions. But by the end of the day, it's not important, as Prabhupada says. And one example is, Prabhupada says, if you're on a ship and you fall in the water and you're about to drown, you will not think, oh, how was I falling in? Someone hit me, or I slipped, or I spaced it out, the ship was going too fast. You will think, I want out, right? So actually it doesn't matter where we come from, because now we can go to Krishna, that's for sure. Whatever the reason might be that we are here. Of course, there's some philosophical considerations involved, it's true, but for the beginning I would say it's quite simple. It's simple, I mean, not that it doesn't have too much, doesn't matter too much for a spiritual life. Of course, with this question comes the question of cultivation and revelation. Cultivation or revelation, Offenbarung. Because this is the point. If we came from Krishna, Krishna Loka, and we are, let's say, a gopi, and we fall in the material world, we forget this, and then when we chant Hare Krishna and the Swarup is revealed, we know that we are gopi. But if we don't come from Krishna, what is actually our Swarup, our identity? When we come from Tatashta region, then we have none. Let's say we have none, we are just a Jiva. And then we can cultivate through the spiritual practice as Swarup. So these are the two, how to say, the difference of origin destines or defines and also our practice in that sense. Then, because if we have no identity and it's created by practice, then you will think, oh, which rasa shall I cultivate? And the nectar of devotion kind of advocates like this, and sometimes Rupa Goswami speaks on, you can cultivate the rasa. But if we have a Swarup already, you don't cultivate the Swarup, you reveal it, it's already there. So in that sense, it's a little tricky to understand, but until this question is relevant, it will take some time, because now we are in called Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti Yoga, where we anyway do the 0815, the standard process. And if we do this nicely, then comes Raga Nuga, and then comes more the question of who am I? What is my Swarup? And then with this follows the practice. But not the external practice, you will still distribute books, but the inner mood and cultivation and meditation about you and Krishna, spiritual world. So I concluded for myself, I practice Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti Yoga. So there's a lot of purification comes, and then a certain mood is revealed, and then I start to cultivate it. So I take both. Yeah. If I have a Swarup or not, in that sense, I don't know, but I know when I practice, I get purified, and then as a mood is revealed, as Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu says, Rag Anuga will start, there will be an attraction to a certain service, and a certain person does that service, like the gopis have a certain service, the gopas have a certain service. So we will feel a real deep and true attraction to a certain kind of devotee and rasa. And then you start practicing, cultivating this rasa, in that you hear more about this. And we can see in our line, all the acharyas, they always write about Madhurya rasa. Always about conjugal love, Parakya, gopis. So, in one sense, we are destined to become gopis. If we follow, destiniert. Oder vorherbestimmt. that we become gopis this way or other, because our line is, if we become more conversant with our line and the Shastra of our line, read this more, you cultivate automatically Gopi Bhava. Automatically. Rupa Goswami was writing only about Gopi. This is the main thing. But if there's another attraction, then you will somehow have to practice or get information about this from another line or another information or something. You understand a little bit?
Yeah, yes. My third question was actually like same like this, because there were the 4 ras. So if I got the Swarup, I cannot wish one of these 4 ras, right? So or I can use one of these 4 ras I want to cultivate, or when I got Swarup, so then I cannot choose one of these 4, right?
Right.
Yes, that was my third question.
This is what I was speaking about.
Yeah, then,
But there is the big thing, Prabhupada always warned us about this Raganuga and all this, to make it too early, because if you do it too early, it's just a mental speculation. I would like to be, right? No, in spiritual life, there will come a time when you think, oh, I would like to be, but why do you want to be that? Because it comes from a real, true revelation, a real strong attraction, raga, a strong attraction, and not from mental speculation. Because in mental speculation, you think, I would like to be a gopa because, I'm a boy, it's difficult to think I'm a gopi, right? But I will go gopa and jump with Krishna, oh, that's nice, and you just think because of your material conditioning. The girls will, I want to be a gopi. Yeah? Or you think, I want to be a gopi because it's the highest, and all acharyas I should also be. This is mental speculation. But if the urge, the desire, the drive for wanting to be a certain devotee comes really from a spiritual revelation because of intense sadhana bhakti yoga, Vaidhi sadhana bhakti yoga, then it's true, and then you should follow this. Then you should follow it. And it's clear. It will be clear. Because it comes from Krishna. It's like a ray from Krishna. Later on it's called Bhava Bhakti, it's called like a ray. But the Raganuga, and it will be true. And then you speak with your spiritual masters and mentors, and they will confirm, yes, this is true, you should follow this. I say, no, this is mental speculation.
But is it not like this? If we know our Swarup, we cannot tell it to our Guru? We should not tell it to our Guru?
No, you have to talk with your Guru about it, of course. It's the reason why you have a Guru. He should mentor you, help you, guide you. Yeah? But it's not that you know the whole identity of the Swarup, but you only know some first steps of which kind of mood you have, which rasa, as example. Yeah? You will feel certain strong attachment to this certain rasa, more than others, without making offense against the others. Oh, I'm a gopi, and so gopas and this Mother Yashoda, what's that? No, you will have even more love for this also. Yeah.
It will come step by step. First we will das.
No.
Yeah, then no. But no, all the beginner devotees, they first try to be das. Right?
Das is because das is in all the rasas there's das. Das means to serve Krishna, to have the mood of I'm a servant of Krishna. The gopis also das, they serve Krishna.
So in the beginning we have actually not really mood of them something.
Yeah, but das, yes, in that sense we want to serve Krishna, we're servants of Krishna, we do everything what Krishna wants, we do everything what Krishna likes, and that's we know also the spiritual master. So we do what the spiritual master wants, and we are all this humility and all that, and with time then there will come some more esoteric and deeper revelation. It will come, it has to come as quickly as possible.
So what means that?
Because then our spiritual life is very strong. Because then you're very attached to Krishna. It's not just anymore you do because it's said and it's written. You do because you're really attached and you like. It's called Raganuga.
One question, last question. So and then I have the nine ways to Hingebung Soladins Atma Nivedana. There we should accept him as friend. This is the friend. Like
friend is before Atma Nivedana.
Yeah, and then this friend, is this that same friend with that friend rasa, or is it something different?
I think it's Sakya also, it's called Sakya there, right? Atma Nivedana. But this is in one sense,
What kind of friend is this?
Of course, the gopis are also friends, but they show a friend in a friendship mood, right? It's not necessary now the Sakya rasa meant in this verse, but I have to look it up what is exactly meant with that. But like as I said, a friendly mood, that's definitely there. That he's really your friend, your dear friend.
But with respect, still. I am beginner, I know, but he's my friend, but not like friend like Arjuna with Krishna, but I am like respect friend.
Yeah, Aishwarya has to be there as long as we are not pure enough, right? And then the more pure we are, then this goes away. Krishna doesn't want this, needs that, he wants you.
So, but when I know I am not pure enough to be like a friend like this, and I'm not pure to be a friend like this,
yeah.
I'm not speculate.
Yeah, that's the reason why we stay in Das and Aishwarya and respect and all this, to make sure, make no offense, and then when Krishna calls us in, then it will come.
So when do I know it?
This will you will know this.
You are my friend.
Yes. But if you have such a spontaneous attraction, also this is good. You shouldn't hide this. If it's really, oh Krishna, actually, oh you are my friend, I like you so much, then, oh I'm not allowed to think like this. No, Krishna wants this. If it's pure, you have to see if it's pure. It's good, it's no problem.
Is it also possible to think he's the father? Of course, there's a Bhagavad Gita, there's never mentioned about father-son relation to Krishna.
Yeah, no, this is... There are a couple of mentionings. There is, of course, Krishna has sons in Dwarka, children, Pradyumna, Niruddha is the grandchild. All this is there, but it's not really in our line relevant.
Okay.
Sometimes it's said Prahlad has in Vatsalya rasa with Nrsingadev. So yeah, there you have it also, different Vatsalya rasa. But actually in our line, you cannot see that Krishna has children or this rasa, because our line we want to go to Vrindavan, and there Krishna is, he doesn't have children.
There is Radha and Krishna. Radha is our
yeah, they don't have.
Mother.
Yeah, spiritual, but they don't have children together.
Yeah,
Krishna had children with the queens in Dwarka, but Krishna had no children with the gopis.
Is he not like Radha, the Jagat Mata?
The what?
Jagat Mata? Radharani is like
No, that we will not see like this. This is Durga. Durga is the mother of the universe, of the material energy. It's Durga. It's the expansion of Radharani. But Radharani is purely for Krishna's pleasure as a cowherd girl in Parakya Rasa.
But who are she for us? And Krishna is...
We are servants of Radharani because we are servants of our line, Prabhupada and all the servants of Radharani. They are servants of the Manjaris, of Rupa. So this is our line. Prabhupada is a Manjari also. So we are servants of we have a service. This is actually our mood. We want to not worship Krishna. Actually, we want to worship Radha Krishna. And as that, we always want that Radha Krishna together. This is actually our mood. Because you can cultivate a mood, it's called Sambhoga, what's it called? Sambhoga Ichatmai. And the other one is called Tatat Bhava Ichatmika. Sambhoga Ichatmai means I want to be with Krishna as a gopi, like Radharani. And the other one, Tatat Bhava Ichatmika, means I want to be a servant of Radha Krishna. I want to serve Radharani that she's together with Krishna. The two different moods, which you can, according to Rupa Goswami, cultivate and work on. These two parts of Madhurya Rasa, of Kama Nuga Sadhana Bhakti Yoga said. Right? So, and you can, just you really think, oh, I would like to be with Krishna. You can go into this. I would like to be with Krishna, like Radharani. And the other one is, no, I would like to serve Radharani, that she is with Krishna. And this you will also, this is Manjari. These are the Manjaris. The Manjaris serve Radha Krishna like this. And the other ones, the gopis, are with Krishna together. So our line is this, we want to see Radha Krishna together, because we worship and serve Rupa Goswami. And Rupa Goswami is Rupa Manjari. And they all are Manjaris. So this is actually our line, this is what we cultivate. And when you read the books, you will always see, you will never see that propagated in Rupa Goswami's books. He propagates really Radha Krishna. And all our acharyas, Krishnadas Kaviraj, Vishwanath Chakravarti, all in their esoteric texts, they always speak about Radha Krishna Lila, what they will experience together.
So is there also like to Krishna we can be friend or like and is there also with Radharani?
Yeah.
In mood, what kind of mood other we can be Radha, like we can she accept as mother?
No, Radharani will. Now we are servants of Radharani.
Yeah.
But then with time we're not. She's not our mother. We don't have mother mood. We have a mood of her friend. Of her Saki. Her Saki. No? Actually, Lalita, Vishaka, they are Sakis. And then there are the Manjaris who serve the Sakis. But they have a very friendly mood towards Radharani.
So servant and friend.
Yeah. Servant, friendship mood to what's Srimati Radharani, like the Sakis. Sakis are the girlfriends. Saka, the boyfriends of Krishna. But there are some gopas who are also together with Radha Krishna. Like Madhu Mangal, Sridham, I think Sudam, a couple of them. Huh?
Sunanda.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there are a couple of them. Because they know it. They know that Radha and Krishna are together. Most of the other devotees in Vrindavan, they don't know this. They hear sometimes, but they don't know this. Like Mother Yashoda, she would like to have Radha and Krishna together, but she doesn't really know it. She doesn't serve in the Leela. It's a secret. There's only the gopis know. Because it's a secret. Huh?
Also this for Madhu Mangala and here.
And there are a couple of, I don't know how many these are, but there are some, they're called Narma Priya Sakas.
Yeah.
I think Narma Priya Sakas. These are the boys, cowboy boys who know it and help also to bring them. They are very special.
And this.
The brother of Radharani and Madhu Mangal.
Oh, okay. Okay, but they are only one intimate group.
It's a very intimate group.
Yeah.
And this is what is the amazing thing, that we can go into this most intimate group of Krishna. Through the mercy of our lines, of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Rupa Goswami, Prabhupada. They offer this to us. This is the highest. If we are not this, then other rasas, other moods, other whatever, Dwarka or Vaikuntha even, it's all included in our line. You can go into all fields. Because in the highest, the lower is inside. If you are like in a Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, you cannot go to Radha Krishna. You can go to Vaikuntha and this and that. Yeah. Or if you maybe in the Vallabhacharya line, which is Pushti Marga, and they all want Vatsalya Rasa, very good, you can become like an uncle or an aunt of Krishna, which is very high, wonderful. But it's not that you can go into the inner circle, in this most secret love of Radha and Krishna. So this is our very special line.
So but is it also, I heard, like there are two comer from Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. In the spiritual world, there are like two comers. So we can, when we worship Chaitanya,
Yeah.
so we can go in this booth.
Yeah. Like Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami is Rupa Manjari. He has a sadhaka, it's called a sadhaka Rupa, and he has this Vrindavan Rupa, Nitya Rupa, or I don't know how it's called.
This both.
Yeah, and you can be in both. This is also very amazing, but this is what is explained.
So we can wish for it, or is it like it's
Yes.
not our level?
No, I think we should be seriously and humbly and respectfully desiring it. Knowing is most precious and very respectful at it, but we will think we should really would like to be such pure devotees that we can, in a proper way, be together with Radha Krishna in this way. Actually this is what Rupa Goswami says makes the difference between a Vaidhi sadhana bhakta and a Raganuga sadhana bhakta. If you really want this, if the desire is stronger and stronger and stronger, then Raganuga kicks in. Then you will have Raganuga. He says this is the distinguishing factor. It's called Lobha. Lobha, greed, intense desire. It is good. So if you feel some little strive, Sehnsucht for this, you should cultivate, you should fan this. It's a little spark, you should fan this. And it becomes stronger and stronger, and then you can be more advanced. Because this is the only thing we do. We desire. As souls, we do nothing else. We desire either in the material world all kinds of things. They will come, because Krishna fulfills. And in the spiritual world, we only desire. This is what we are meant for. This is what we do. This is our modus operandi. This is how we work, by desire. And if you work with the desire now, like on book distribution, if you know I desire 100 books and you act accordingly, it will come. In the same way for this, if you really think, oh, I would like to be in this and this and this situation, you work on it. You desire it, you pray for it. And you will become very humble because you feel insignificant and lowly and fallen, but still it's a gift which is given to us by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we should not say, oh, I don't take it. We should take it. We should be greedy for it. Yes. And not become puffed up or something. Because it's normal. We should be like this. But it's very good if you feel some, oh, this would be nice. And many devotees have this. And this, we work more on it.
Also, I have once read one prayer to Radharani, so I want to ask if I can. Every night I say this prayer. So this prayer is, I am an offender. To offend is my nature. Oh Radharani, please forgive me and make me a saintly devotee. So can I practice this?
Yes, Prabhupada says very often we should. In order to get Krishna's mercy, we need Srimati Radharani's mercy. And if you do this in the right, proper attitude and way, she will give mercy. It must be like this. She is the reason why the whole world chants now Hare Krishna. Because Krishna came in her mood. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Krishna would not be like this and feel like this and act like this. He only did it because he thought he is Radharani. This is her mood. This is her movement. So we should take shelter in her and pray to her, get her mercy. And this is how we get her mercy, through book distribution. Because this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood, this is her mood. Everyone should get Krishna. It's the mood of the gopis.
So we can pray to Radharani for book distribution?
Yes, definitely.
Because Chaitanya is other orders.
Yeah, we pray, in that sense we mainly pray of course to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but no problem in praying to Radharani, to pray to both. But Mahaprabhu is of course the... Yeah. Yeah. It's very important.
Okay.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.